Hi everyone, welcome to today's video where I'm going to be covering Snapchat stock, which is a stock that I've actually never covered on the channel. And as always, if you can smash that like button, that would be absolutely amazing. And if you want to buy Snapchat stock and you're from the EU, you can join with the link in the description to a Trading 212 account, which will, when you open it up, will give you a free share. And what I'd like you to do is comment down below with the stock that you'd like me to cover next. The comment that gets the most thumbs up, I will cover next. And I'm doing something very similar with the UK series. So the UK stock that gets the most thumbs up in the comment section below, I'll cover. And it looks like that one that I'll cover next is Biffa. That one seems to have got the most thumbs up so far. But if you comment on this video down below and let me know which US stock you'd like me to cover next, that'll be absolutely amazing. But let's get stuck onto Snapchat stock. So Snapchat stock is a social media website, but mainly it's a messaging site on the social media where you're able to send images, and it was released in 2011. When I actually just realized that it was released in 2011, I was like, holy crap, that was so long ago. I actually can't believe it's 2011 that Snapchat came out. But that's when it was released. It's currently trading at $12.98 as of recording this video. It might have changed since then. I think the earnings are coming out of the day of this video actually getting uploaded, so that'll be some really good interesting news to check out and see how they managed to do there from earnings. But like I say, it's at $12.98 as of recording this video. The ticker symbol is SNAP, and it IPO'd in March 2017, so it hasn't been on the stock market that long. It's been on the stock market for about 3 years, and it's actually never been higher than the IPO price that it was at of $27. And since then it's gone down to about 52% discount, and it's kind of been up and down just slightly since there. But like I say, it's never actually been able to reach back up to its IPO highs. Now, when we look at the future of this company, it is a growth company. It has some massive revenue growth coming up, and some of the revenue growth is very impressive. Some of the revenue growth is expected to grow 20%, and some years it's even expected to grow 30 to 40%. And when we look at the EPS forecast, it's not as good of a picture. It's a little bit of a negative red flag that I do see right here, and that is that it does not make profit, and the EPS as well is forecast not to make profit until at least 2023. Now, I know Snapchat have come out and said there is potential for it to be a year earlier than that, but at the moment a lot of analysts are still predicting that profit will not be made to 2023, which is a little bit nervous, and I'll get on to why, and that's to do with the balance sheet a little bit later. So the balance sheet was actually quite a healthy balance sheet not so long ago, about a year ago, but now it's had to go and put some debt on the balance sheet. But it still does have 2.1 billion in cash, which is pretty good. Now, when it actually got this debt, it said that it was to either buy out a company or to buy back stock. Now, one of the little bit of problems that I do have with this is buying out companies. Maybe I'll let that one go, but buying back stock is absolutely bonkers. The first thing Snapchat should be doing is trying to get to profit, because if they don't get to profit, what will happen is they'll have to go get another loan, or they'll have to go get some more cash. Otherwise there won't be enough cash for the company to carry on operating at a loss. So taking out loans to buy back stock is a little bit of a rubbish for me, and I potentially think that is not the correct reason why they did do it. I think potentially they're looking at getting more cash while they can get a bit of a lower rate, and that will help them with getting through to 2023 where they're able to make profit. So that's a little bit of a negative there. When I look at the insiders, it is a bit of a horrible picture as well. There is massive amounts of insiders currently selling this stock, and when I look at the insiders, I like to know that if the board is confident that they can get to profitability and all is well, they're going to be the guys that are first buying up these stock and thinking they can make money. But looking at this picture of mass insiders selling, that does worry me slightly as well. Now, obviously the key thing is the user growth with a lot of these platforms, but the user growth is tending to slow quite a bit. But one of the really fantastic things that Snapchat have managed to do, and this is credit to the managed team, is they have managed to improve their ad per revenue per user. And this has grown at a rate of 33%, so they're actually making more money per user. But the problem is, especially if you're a growth stock, you want to be having user growth absolutely exploding, but it's not, it's moving down in the wrong way. There is a lot of competition out there. It is for the younger generation, and the younger generation have also got another app which has kind of come up over last year, which is TikTok, which has kind of took some of the attention away from Snapchat. Also, with the slower user growth, it has seen companies like Pinterest, which is a company I own, overtake it. And also with the Instagram stories being added, that has also taken some of the light away from Snapchat. And credit to Snapchat, they do realise this and they are trying to make improvements out here. And this is probably why they had a little bit of a better 2019 than what was expected. And they were able to increase the ad revenue per user so much. They were able to place the ads a lot more tactically. They're redesigning the app to try and improve the app to offer more features. And with this, they're hoping to see the user growth come back to strong numbers. And overall, the 2019 user growth wasn't as bad as previous years, so it is showing it's starting to take effect. But Snapchat management team are really going to have to push the redesign to try and get that user growth back to a good number. But overall, the management has had a pretty decent 2019, but it has to keep improving at the rate it is doing to even try and get to a point where it is increasing that EPS at a healthy revenue. If the EPS is not increased at a healthy revenue, what will mean is Snapchat will probably more likely have to go raise more cash because it will not be able to make it through to 2023 without raising cash, which is a little bit of a negative. So it is a key turning point in Snapchat right now. So overall, my kind of opinion with Snapchat stock is that it is at a massive point right now. And for me, there's a lot of risk on there that Snapchat management team have to turn this company around and keep improving that app and get that user growth back up a little bit. But they managed to increase that ad per revenue at a good decent rate. But the thing with Snapchat is that it is for a younger audience, and the thing with a younger audience from an advertiser's point of view is when you're advertising to a younger audience, they don't have a lot of money, they don't tend to spend as much, and because of that, it's not an attractive platform for advertisers compared to something like Facebook or Pinterest, where I believe there's a better audience that they can advertise to. As well as that, the user growth on Pinterest is fantastic, which has led them to overtake Snapchat. And even though Facebook user growth isn't as good, there's already a lot of users on that platform as well, and you're also getting a lot more diverse platforms with Facebook. So for me, I would have to at least wait a year to see how Snapchat are doing and if they are managing to turn this around, because I believe there's a lot of risk with the profitability front and being so far off profitability. And for me, I'm not willing to buy at these sort of prices. I would have to wait probably another year just to see how management do. But for me, I think there's some better platforms out there to invest in right now, so I won't be buying Snapchat stock. But if you disagree, let me know in the comment section. And as always guys, remember, like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.